Hey, what's up? I don't really know what I'm doing. I don't know at what point in the sequence of videos this one is going to go. I just know that I've rearranged some stuff in my office and things might get a little bit out of order as far as what you're seeing when. But yeah, I'm just gonna show you around my office as it stands now, and then we're gonna try a neat little experiment. We're just gonna have some fun. So, this is my office. I rearranged some stuff. So I finally got that desk out of here. I feel like I'm about to screw up all kinds of continuity. I got another desk. I actually ended up putting it over here. This ended up being a much better place for it. So over here now, this is just my little display area where I can put whatever items from YouTube videos, items that I have for inspiration. I've got Barry, one of my favorite kind of weird projects to just display. Sitting in front of him is Little Barry, who was made for me as a gift from my older sister. I have the This Is Fiction dictionary over there. Right over there is the record player my brother got for me for Christmas. He was like, "This seems like something you would like to have." And I was like, yeah. At first I wasn't sure what to do with it because I have those big speakers built into my entertainment center in the living room, and they're Bluetooth, so I can connect with my phone, I can use whatever playlist I want, I can put it on shuffle. I'm like, I can't do that with a record player, and also it cannot connect to any external speakers. It would just be the speakers that are in the record player, which are not, they're not on the level of what's in the living room. But then I finally had the idea not to use it as a functional music item, but as an inspiration item. So it's more of a display thing, and I got a record that's a soundtrack for a YouTube series that actually really inspired me. Really, really happy with this desk. It actually has enough room in it to hold all of my paints, all of my clay, and my clay sculpting tools. I can't remember if I've talked about this or not, but I'm just beyond thrilled to have a desk. A dedicated desk for painting, clay sculpting, anything like that. You see my videos over the years, you see that I do all kinds of stuff, and it's always been kind of just a hassle to find the space to do this stuff. But now I just have this huge surface. It can just take up the whole desk, and that's what the desk is there for, and it makes me so happy. And I have used it a few times. I don't actually show you everything that I make anymore. Sometimes I just make stuff and it's just for me. This is where I do all of the editing. You've seen this. There's not really anything particularly new about this. This is my watermelon candle. I love watermelon candles. I always have one. I have one here, I have one in my living room, and I have backups for each. So when this one runs out, I don't have to wait. I want to tell you something that I realized regarding my videos. Something that finally clicked. I was trying to figure out how to categorize them, because when you upload a video to YouTube, you have to select a category. What are my videos? There's a comedy category, there's a how-to and style category, which is I guess the best category for creative stuff. There's a people and blogs category, which is for vlogging, I guess. I was like, what am I making here? What categories does this go in? And I finally realized I'm not trying to make a how-to video. Sometimes I start doing that because I think that's what I'm supposed to be doing, because that's what people who make stuff do on YouTube, is they make tutorials and they show you how to do it. But that's not what I'm actually trying to do. I'm not trying to make a how-to video. I'm not trying to make a tutorial. I'm just trying to show you a video. I'm just trying to show you me. I'm just trying to share me and what's interesting to me. So I'm trying to lean more in that direction and realize I'm vlogging. I'm trying to share my life. I'm trying to share what's interesting to me. And a lot of that is gonna be art, and a lot of that's gonna be making stuff, because that's what happens in my life. That's what I'm interested in. That's what I wanna share with you. And when I'm making stuff, sometimes I am gonna show you little bits of how I do it because it's interesting to me and it's something I wanna share. So I'm trying to really lean into that, and that's kind of helping me realize and start to rethink how I go about making these videos. What are they actually about? I'm outside because I haven't shown you this. My little sister helped me a little bit getting it started. I did most of it. We built a retaining wall. I think she was here to help me with the first layer, maybe the start of the second layer. And we did a lot of digging, and I basically dug out all of the dirt from up there and moved it this way until it filled in the retaining wall, until the whole thing was level. And this is just a big circle. I actually put a stake right in the center and pulled a rope around in a circle to mark the circle and that's where I dug out. My whole yard is a hill. My entire backyard is just one big hill. So I wanted a little bit of an area to be able to hang out, have people over, enjoy the fire pit. So now we have this leveled out area, and that's been really nice. You can see the grass is starting to grow. Let's go back in the house. Now let's talk about these lights. And if you have not noticed these lights yet, while I was shooting in here a little bit ago, I'm disappointed in you. And so is your mom. One thing I've been doing lately that I've been really enjoying, I might have to slow down a little bit, but I've been investing a little bit in some proper equipment. You've seen my microphones by now, the little wireless microphones. It's always been a little bit of a hassle dealing with audio, because if it's me and my brother and maybe my sister and we're all in different areas, sometimes we're far away from the camera, sometimes we're in the car, you can't hear a word we're saying. Subtitles are a pain, and also it just really messes with the quality of the video. So I finally spent a decent amount of money and got these wireless mics. I know I've showed you these before. They're super convenient, super easy to use. Just pull them out and they automatically turn on and connect, and they sound great. This is the Hollyland Lark M1, if anybody's wondering. And then I tried plugging them into my phone, and the audio sounded like complete garbage. So I had to buy this, a little audio recording device that's super nice, works great, and it has its own really high quality microphone right there. Actually 3 microphones. So I can use this to get really high quality directional audio or whatever I want. If I have some kind of odd out there in the field away from my computer recording need and I need to get good audio. So it's been great, Really happy with this. I have a new camera as well. I'm using the Sony ZV-1. I switched cameras somewhere around, I'm pretty sure every video since the teddy bear video has been with this Sony ZV-1. Here's the huge difference here. This is huge. I got, instead of changing out the batteries like I did with my last camera, I have this is a cell phone power bank. I mean, you can use it for whatever. It's the type you'd use for your cell phone. And I have it strapped to the tripod and connected to the camera while I'm recording. And this camera, unlike my last one, this camera can record for like a long time. At least 11 hours straight without stopping. The last camera, some like 23 minutes or some odd amount of time it would stop and I'd have to restart it. So the video files could not be longer than 23 minutes or whatever it was. And that's a headache, and that's also a really easy way to lose a lot of footage when you think you're recording. It's frustrating. It takes a lot of attention, a lot of awareness. This one can record for longer than I'll ever need it to without stopping. And with these power banks, I can swap out the power bank while I'm still recording and just pretty much record indefinitely. And that's been phenomenal. So the ease of use with this audio stuff and the ease of use with this camera is a huge deal, because they say the best camera for you is the one you're gonna use. If I had a really fancy and complicated camera, I wouldn't use it. Or at least I wouldn't use all the fancy features. I don't use all the fancy features on this because my mind, I can't do that. I have to have something I can just pull out and go, and it's good to go. This one has a lot of great auto settings. The one setting that I change on this camera sometimes is the focus. You can see the background right now is blurred. So sometimes if I'm talking to the camera, I'll change it to that. And then if I'm doing artwork, I crank it up to where everything's in focus pretty much. But it's hard for me to remember to do that. I have to have something I can just pull out and go. Anyway, how did I get on this? I'm talking about upgrading equipment. I was talking about these lights. I'm really enjoying these lights, and I haven't even technically used them. As of the time I'm recording this, I haven't really used them for a video yet. I've just been playing with them and playing with the different settings and seeing what I can do with them. So this is one of my old lights. This is what I used to use. These are the only lights that I've had for a very long time. They're huge. They're really meant for still photography, I think. And they have one brightness setting all the way on. That's it. They're on or they're off. And often I would find myself like pointing them away, pointing them at the wall or whatever to try to get less glare on my face. And honestly, they've been great for whatever I paid for them, which wasn't much. But these are wonderful. I have full control over the color, the saturation, the brightness, whatever I want to do. So I've just been playing with them. I like using 2 different colors on either side of me to get this neat, I don't know, just adds a lot of depth and interest to the shot. So I can literally just open up the app right here and I can change the color of that light on the left to whatever I want it to be. I can reduce the brightness, turn it down, just like that. I can just make it white if I just want white light to brighten the room a little bit, or I can add just a little bit of a tint if I want it to be a little warm, a little cool. One thing that's really fun is to put them on either side of me and change the colors. Oh, that's fun. One time at night, I closed the blinds on this window and I put one outside, and it just made the whole room, it looked like there was an alien invasion happening outside or something. Lit up the whole room bright red or bright green. The blinds themselves just looked like they were glowing. I would love to get where I can film stuff at the desk in here. I still haven't figured out exactly what I want to do with that, but I know I want to have some kind of backdrop here. I would love to have a wall, just something interesting here. This video is just, I feel like it's just me talking about stuff that I like, stuff that I've been thinking about, stuff that I have been wanting to talk about and share that I can't really work into a video. Some of this stuff I've actually talked about before on camera, and I just cut it out of the video because it just doesn't fit. I guess that's just all this is. This is just me sharing fun stuff. Just fun stuff that I'm excited about. That's what it is. Fun stuff that I'm excited about. Be excited with me. Or just like completely squash my joy. You have a lot of power. You could do either one.
Stop it. Be nice.
So now that I've shown you the lights, let me tell you about a conversation. Well, now my light sucks. Let me tell you about a conversation I had with my friend Jeremy. So we were just talking, catching up, and he told me he's been doing some photography. So I asked about that. He's been doing some film photography. He says, I do a lot of color correction. One of the best ways to scan film is just to essentially take a picture of it with a backlight and a tripod. So the files I start with look like this. So then I had the idea, what if we put some film in front of one of these colored lights? He's just shining white light through it. What kind of interesting effects could you get if you shine a different color of light through the film? So he sent me some film. He sent me some photos. What I really shouldn't do is hold this directly in front of the camera. And I definitely shouldn't especially wave it around a lot, because this has his home address on it and it has my home address on it. And if I show this to the camera, and especially if it's moving around, it's gonna take me forever to blur out those addresses. But I have to, because if I don't, you guys can just hunt us down. Let's see what we got. Ooh, yes. And there's the film. Looks like we have 2 strips. We have 8 photos. Yes. I'm gonna swing this magnifying glass around here. No, that's better with the magnifying glass. Okay, now in the video, I am going to flip it so that it's no longer a negative. So you're gonna be seeing the opposite colors of what I'm seeing in real life. Ready? There we go. So this is pure white light that I'm shining through it. He said that the photos always have like an orange tint. So he was wondering if by shining a cyan light through it, we might be able to counteract that orange tint in camera. Because normally that's something he has to do in post. He'll have to do that digitally and do a lot of fixing. But if we could actually counteract that orange tint with light, that would be pretty neat. So let's see what we can do. I'm gonna turn the light to 50% saturation. I'm shining red light through the film right now. Let's go to magenta light, purple, blue, and then this is cyan. It does kind of look like it's neutralizing out. Let's try the next photo. Let's see what we get. I'm gonna go back to pure white light. Here we go. This is what I'm seeing again. All right, now let's just cycle through all the colors. This is red, and this is orange and yellow, green, cyan, blue, purple, magenta, purple, blue. Here we hit cyan. I'm curious to see what all this is looking like, because you get to see it as I'm doing it. I don't get to see what you're seeing until I edit the video. Here we go. Here's our next film strip. Pretty obvious what that's gonna be. I'm gonna flip it for you. And then this right about here is cyan. I'm gonna show you deep blue, purple. This is white light, green, cyan. I'm gonna cycle around in the cyan area because I don't know what the exact cyan would be to cancel out that orange. And we'll go through blue. This is white light, blue, cyan. Oh, that looks interesting on my camera screen right now. Let's take a look at this. I think it's a swimming pool. Flipping it. There you go. Cyan. And let's go to blue. Now I get to go edit this video and see what you guys have been looking at.